Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are taking a look at how all of the Peppy Gals EZAs perform in the Peppy Gals Extreme Super Battle Road stage. So the thing is, Strength Pan, not a Peppy Gal. I know she awakens via the medals, but I think due to her age, although considering the fact that Physical Bulma is basically the same age, but for some reason, GT Pan is not a Peppy Gal. I'm not entirely certain what the reason is, but she isn't. Maybe her pep is not so peppy, but essentially she is not part of the category. So she's the only one we don't have in this team. We've replaced her with the Int Ribrianne, who is a free-to-play unit, and the rest of the team is comprised entirely of the new EZAs. Now the thing is, I'm not going to be using an item this run. Quite frankly, the Peppy Gals team does not need it, and could get the no item run solely based off of their abilities. So we're just going to go as far as we can until essentially we get unlucky. But the Peppy Gals team is very strong, especially for the Extreme Super Battle Road stage now. They are very, very powerful bunch of units. They have a lot of healing, a lot of utility, they can control the battlefield a lot. And so that basically just kind of lets you run them with no item, which is really just kind of something you can do. So like Int Brienne, she debuffs the opposition enemy, removes them 40% attack and defense. That's really, really great. Then you've got Videl, who when she hits an enemy, lowers their attack and defense again further. She will also be healing us with her damage, which kind of helps out a lot. So we've got that. We've got Ribrianne, who's debuffing. So Ribrianne also seals, which is kind of a big deal. Stops him from firing off super attacks. So he's sealed now. So there's a lot that's kind of going on with this team. Obviously, we have on the other rotation AGL Mai, who buffs the entire rotation and also does the really cool thing of essentially doing some really decent damage and getting stuns. We have Bulma, who does some really good damage as well and heals as well. So we've got a pretty interesting lineup just overall. As you can see, Pan here doing some good damage, healing us. Sorry, not Pan, Videl. Sorry, her mother. Healing us up quite a bit. We took a huge chunk of damage from that attack on Ribrianne, but then we healed it straight back up. So that was pretty cool. And then we've just got Android 18 floating, doing some decent work. Hopefully going to get some orbs and just seal up the enemy as well. So it's pretty interesting lineup. It works pretty well. There isn't anything really holding it back. It's a pretty solid team. Your main goal is to just control who you're sealing. That essentially gives you a lot of help. As you can see here, we took a little bit of damage on Videl, but it's fine because we have a large amount of healing. So as long as we can't take a super attack that can essentially kill us, we have a lot of control of the battlefield, and Peppy Gals can't die. The only risk really to the Peppy Gals team is the final fight against 3 enemies, because there you can't really control the enemy up the entire time. So you can get unlucky and get hit by a super, and then that's kind of where your run ends. But for the most part, it's a pretty straightforward no item run. It's pretty easy. It's there's a couple things that can swing against you, but you have so much sealing power, healing power, stunning power. And you debuff the enemy so much. Videl, she debuffs them by 20% attack and defense every time she hits them. Ribrianne also debuffs them by 20% every time she hits them. So there's just so much power in this team, utility-wise. When the most damage you're taking is 10k, and that's kind of all the enemy can muster against you, because they just sealed, and they're stunned, and they can't attack, and their defense is lowered, and their attack is lowered, and it's just a very powerful situation for you to be in. Now, if I could change the team, I would probably switch in the launch instead of the Physical Bulma. The only reason being, or instead of the Android 18. The only reason being is Launch also debuffs the enemy quite a bit. She also has a chance of stunning, so Launch can kind of seal and stun them. She can also debuff them quite a lot. And Android 18, unfortunately, because she's an orb-based unit, if you don't get that many orbs, she doesn't do that much damage, whereas Launch, because you can build her full crit, and she fires so many additional attacks automatically, just does a lot of damage. And that debuffing really helps out, because you can debuff with one, and you can kind of just focus on debuffing with the Videl on the other. And then you keep them debuffed for a very long time, which just helps you control the battlefield a lot, and keeps everything quite stable. But Bulma does some really good damage, and she does heal. Well, I think Videl brings enough healing. But either way, there's nothing really distinctly wrong with the team. It's very powerful. As you can see, we haven't used an item, which is a big deal. And yeah, basically, it's a very, very strong team. The EZAs have given it a lot of control. For long events, I don't know how strong the team would be. A lot of them do have caps on their defense. And without the debuffing, I don't know if they'd be able to handle the true late stages of endgame events. Units like Videl, Interrubrian, they kind of cap out with their defense, and they rely a lot on debuffing the enemy, which is kind of, apparent for them. Like, if they don't manage to get the debuffing off, they will struggle. But yeah, overall, they just do a really solid job. You can see here, we took a huge amount of damage, which is obviously quite significant. And we'll manage to heal it up. We managed to get the stun, we managed to get the seal. Obviously, we did get a little bit lucky, because we had in Ribrianne, she managed to get the seal as well. We had the overall debuff, we had the stun from Android 18, which was really, really crucial. And then we have Videl, who's going to heal us up quite a lot. And yeah, it's just like a very powerful, overall just a very powerful, very solid team. We've managed to debuff the Gohan, we've managed to seal Krillin and Vegeta. So yeah, it's just got a lot of control with the team, with Videl being an exceptional lead for Peppy Gals as well. It's just kind of something that the team just performs at a really, really high level, especially in these events where all their abilities can manifest, where they can do damage, where they can debuff, where they can stun, where they can seal, where they can control the battlefield, where they can do a lot of control and like sealing and stunning and debuffing and evading. Like, it's a very strong event for them. Now, in terms of long form events, you probably find that some of them might have individual uses. Videl's probably okay in a strong form, in a long form event, due to her evasion up till certain points. Android 18 as well probably is okay in long form events. She stacks for a period of 3 turns, which is quite powerful. And she also obviously, she does have that ability to generate high defense off of orbs. But yeah, people like Rubrian, definitely probably not suitable for long form events. But I just think, overall this team is pretty damn good. I think out of all of them, my favorite unit is probably AGL Mai, just because her kit translates very well into the SBR content. Her incredibly high chance to stun, her ability to increase her allies' ki, which is very helpful. She raises AGL allies' attack and defense, she raises Peppy Gals allies' attack and defense, and she has a very solid amount of defense after she fires her super attack. So just overall a very solid unit. The increased crit chance also helps, and she just does a lot of work. Then I would probably say Android 18 is probably one of the very, very top units. Bulma is very good, don't get me wrong, and Videl is very good, but Videl's healing is very good, but she's very highly capped, and she's designed to run exclusively on a Peppy Gals team. Bulma is not so necessary to run on a Peppy Gals team, but similar situation, she is quite capped, and so she wouldn't really help out on many other teams because she's also just not got a lot of categories. But yeah, definitely seeing some good work from the Peppy Gals team. We're just seeing them put in a lot of damage. We're seeing them control the battlefield. We're not using any items, so we're just handling everything that comes towards us. Videl's a very high source of damage. I think if there's one thing I can comment on all the EZAs, especially when you're running them in the stage, I wouldn't say that many of them do exceptional damage. Even Bulma and Android 18, You know, they need certain circumstances to arise to be able to produce damage, to be able to really kind of like take the reins in terms of damage and really control everything. So it is a little bit difficult from that perspective, but at the same time, yeah, I would definitely say that they are more than solid. They just, they do just lack a bit of damage. Link leveling can help that a little bit, but they do, like, Videl doesn't necessarily link great with any Peppy Gals units and things like that, so there's a limit on their link leveling, because they all do have certain link sets that pertain to other categories that they're on. Like Videl, you know, she's got like a Majin Buu kind of Defenders of Justice kind of Hercule kind of link set. Whereas like Ribrianne has like a Universal Survival Saga type link set. Android 18, she's got, a bit of an Android's link set. So yeah, there is just kind of a lot going on. But overall, team is pretty damn good. So yeah, they're doing really well. Now item almost through the final stage here, which is obviously something pretty important to note. They are essentially almost done with the second stage of the fight. Only one enemy left, and when there is only one enemy left, it is essentially, I want to say essentially a free ride. Obviously things technically can go wrong, but for the most part you can pretty much just control everything that does happen. Because you have so much control, because you have so much utility, you have so many seals, you have so much healing, you have so many debuffing enemies, you kind of can just control the fight really well. So we'll finish up the second fight, and yeah, so far everything's kind of running exactly to plan. There's nothing really too bad going on, and everything's pretty much going smoothly. We won't be able to get the no item run here. Unfortunately, we do end up taking a super attack and we end up dying, but it is still a pretty well measured run, and it's a really good showing of what the EZAs can and can't do. But yeah, I think we'll obviously push on, try and see if we can get the no item run, but it will always come down to a little bit of luck. A lot of these no item runs do. The ability to finish certain stages does depend on who gets supered when. Sometimes you can have an absolutely easy run of things because the right unit gets supered every single time, and then you have a lot of control over the fight. You haven't taken a lot of the necessary damage for the stage to be challenging, and so you're able to kind of contain and clean up and control the rest of the stage. And the thing about the Peppy Gals team that makes it very powerful is that they have a lot of that control. Almost every unit is applying some kind of control. Android 18 is sealing, which is fantastic. Obviously we take a super attack here, that kind of leaves us a bit low. We have Ribrianne, who's got that kind of debuffing mechanism. She's also sealing, which is very powerful. So that's 2 units that are sealed up in a turn. Very strong, allows a good level of control. We get some lucky evasions as well, from the 5% int evasion mechanism. And then we get some healing from Videl, who continues to heal us, continues to debuff Master Roshi. And yeah, we just overall get some pretty good work done. Obviously we take a type advantage super attack there as well. So it's just the levels of control that you have, the luck that you have. A lot of these things will determine whether you have a no item run, or whether you have the ability to have a no item run. And that's fine. Like I say, you can't always control these things. That's why I don't purposefully go for them too much. But if I can showcase a run, especially if I've already completed the stage, and it's a really good, I think it's a really good advertisement for the quality of the units from the EZA. So all of these are from the Heroines EZA. If you haven't done them, just know that that's where they're from. They are incredibly good units. All of them are really top notch. They all provide great debuffing. They are a little bit Peppy Gals focused, so that is something that you are just going to kind of have to be aware of. But at the same time, she does have the team does have a lot of control and things, and it's just overall pretty good team, pretty good EZAs, and just very good performers all around. Very happy with how they do. This is where we get unlucky, by the way. We get a super attack on Ribrianne, which is just a little bit unfortunate. Unfortunately, it's literally the worst case scenario, but it's okay. At the end of the day, you always get, like I say, you get these little bits of unluckiness, and that tend to just kind of not go your way. But it's all perfectly fine. At the end of the day, I'm not too concerned about losing out, so it doesn't really faze me too much. Android 18's tanking really well now. We managed to get the seal on the Yamcha. We managed to get the seal on the Master Roshi, I believe. No, he fires a super attack that we take. That causes us to take damage, and then Ribrianne seals him, I believe, and we take an attack from Oolong, which is how we lose. So yeah, we kind of went for that strategy. It is a little bit unlucky, but that's it. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think the EZAs were pretty good? How have you found the stage? And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So until then, cheers, take care, and as always, stay safe, and bye.